This is the most serious video I have ever made. Every man needs to be aware of false accusations. Accusations that are made based on a lie. A woman accusing you of doing something you never did. You should be afraid of the possibility that women are going to accuse you of violence, sexual harassment, or even sexual assault. Any of these accusations can completely ruin your life. I know this is a very sensitive topic, especially in this day and age with the Me Too movement. Everything has gotten so much worse. The scary part about false accusation is that it's very easy to do. All it takes is someone who's willing to tell a lie, tell it halfway convincingly, and they can probably get you put in prison without any evidence. There are men out here who are too afraid of breaking up or getting a divorce from an abusive woman because she's threatened to tell everybody in the instance they do break up that he was sexually abusing her or he was inappropriate with their children. So now the man is held hostage in this abusive relationship. Can you imagine the stigma attached to such horrible accusation? You're innocent, but the people around you think that you're a monster who's inappropriate with your own children. What can be worse than that? Here's a very important thing you need to understand before it's too late. Being innocent is not enough. Just because you did nothing wrong does not mean you're safe. Here's an example. Let's say you break up with a woman, and as revenge, she goes around telling all your friends that you were abusive or even violent. Now, does it really matter if you're innocent? She's talking about situations that happened behind closed doors. There was no evidence, there was no witnesses. It's just her words against yours. And because she plays the victim and you are the perpetrator, out of compassion, people are going to take her side of the story. That's just basic human nature. In this situation, if you don't say anything, people are going to assume that she's right. Or if you do say something, you try to defend yourself by pointing out that you're innocent and she is just a liar. You might end up looking even worse. Now let's imagine the best case scenario. Your ex-girlfriend accuses you of being abusive. She's spreading all these lies and false information about you. But you're an amazing person and you have really good friends. So when they hear these horrible things about you, they don't just automatically believe them. They want to hear your side of the story. So you take the opportunity to explain to them. After hearing your side of the story, they know that you're telling the truth and she's just being vindictive. This is the best case scenario. But here's the thing. That accusation never really goes away. If your ex-girlfriend tells people that you were violent, even if they don't believe her, somewhere in the back of their mind, there still exists a possibility. Maybe that could have been true. From that point on, all of your future actions and behavior will be interpreted through that lens. Very soon, you're going to find yourself in situations where you need to censor yourself because you're afraid of showing any frustrations or anger or any negative emotions, because then people might think, wow, maybe he has an anger issues. Maybe those accusations were true after all. Being in that situation is a horrible thing. Your entire life, you've never been violent. Up until this point, nobody believed that you could be violent. But now, certainly, there's that possibility, all because of a single lie, a lie that you can never permanently erase. This is the reality of false accusation. You can work your entire life building a career, trust, credibility, reputation, and with a single lie, all of that hard work can be undermined. So I really need you to understand that as a man, being innocent is not enough. Don't think that just because you have truth on your side, you are safe. No, you are not. A lot of men will end up in relationships with low-quality women, and they will suffer the consequences. Now, I am not victim blaming here. Being subjected to a false accusation is a horrible thing, so you have my compassion. But it is important to understand how it happened and what you could have done to prevent it so that it won't happen again in the future. Why is it that you weren't able to recognize that she was a low-quality woman? Or if you were able to recognize it, why did you allow her to be in your life? If you've been watching my video, you probably heard me say this before. It is better to be alone and single than to be with a low-quality person. If you want to protect yourself, you need to be smart about this. In this case, prevention is the best medicine. The most effective way to prevent this is that you need to be absolutely ruthless in selecting the people that you associate with. Are they mature, trustworthy, ethical? Do they have morality? If the answer is no, stay away from those people. You cannot trust somebody who does not have the same ethics and morals as you do. So you need to cut out all of the shitty people in your life and under no circumstances ever get into a relationship with a low-quality woman. Ask yourself this question. What kind of a woman makes up lies about an innocent man? What kind of a person would be willing to destroy another person's life just because they're angry? A person who would do this is no better than a rapist or a murderer. I see no moral distinction. A woman who would send a man to prison for a crime he didn't commit, I see no moral distinction between her and a man who actually did commit the crime. From a moral perspective, they're the same to me. Not only that, this woman is a threat to society, just like a rapist is a threat to society. Because not only she's willing to tell the most damaging lie, she also possesses the ability to do that convincingly. This type of woman is a danger to any man who happens to be in the room alone with her. She can destroy a man's life with one single lie. That's enough to put him in prison. At the very least, destroying his reputation, his career, his relationships, his marriage, basically his entire life. Good people don't do this. They don't make false accusations because they have morality and they understand that honesty is an important cornerstone of a good life. Now, I don't know if it's possible to prevent false accusation completely. I don't know if you can ever make yourself immune to false accusation, but I do know that you can greatly reduce the risk by making sure that you only associate with high-quality people who are honest and ethical. Alright, I think I'm gonna end it here. Thank you for watching to the end. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Until next time, stay curious.